not sure what it means of all these shoes here. This is what the foresters got to put up with, going through muddy potholes like this and cattle grids. I promise I'll give them a good wash after this trip. Welcome to the Mount Clear campground in the Namadgi National Park in Canberra. So you've got to book this campground in advance. It's about $6 a night Australian. It's a nice little spot. It's got a pit toilet and a little shelter, but you've got to bring your own water, food, tent and everything. So I've just set everything up because it could be a thunderstorm this afternoon, so don't want to take any chances. Got my Mountain Designs Positron, 2-man tent, but it's really good for one person, gives you extra room. Just a beautiful campground here. Got my own fire pit, might light that later if it doesn't rain. Got a picnic table here too. Don't know how much charge this light's going to get, but I'm giving it a go. Weather's quite cloudy, with thunderstorms expected this afternoon. Single pit toilet here. Both got rainwater tanks. You need to treat the water, but it's better to bring your own. Nice little shelter. Just boiled the billy. Made myself a chai latte and some wraps for lunch. This is the life. So I'm going to do some bushwalking here for the next 3 days, see what's around this national park. So this is about 100 metres from the Mount Clear campground. So I'm not going to go all the way to Kalula Farm, it's too far. Even Horse Gully Hut, it's going to be too far because the weather's questionable. So I'll check out the horse pound bit at 600 metres. Might do a bit of this border walk, just for something to do. So this road's a continuation of the Nars Fire Trail, so it's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I've set up camp in case it does get bad weather, so I thought just walking for a couple of hours, can't just sit around doing nothing. Got some kangaroos out there. Rain's just starting to gently come down. Quite a few of them. Hello! Didn't notice you two close up. Camouflage quite well. It's only when they move you see them. Whoa! Look at the size of that fungus. Bigger than my hand. So this trail that I'm walking on is part of the Bicentennial National Trail. So there was a post with nothing marked, so I've gone back down that one now. So this is a horse camp here. Not sure if you can bring your own horses here or you have to have special permission. But of course if I didn't set up the tent straight away, like I did, it would have immediately started pouring with rain, so it's best to always set up the tent just in case. So if you're doing a longer walk out of the campsite and camping somewhere else, it's got a little register here. Good idea, so the national parks know people are safe. Thought it was a rock and kangaroo popped its head up. Tonight we've got sweet potato and eggplant curry and soup. Just waiting for the water to boil. Somehow a cup of soup just tastes so nice at camp. Got a kangaroo drinking water out of a barbecue plate. How Australian is this? What's up, Skip?
The rain's still continuing, so all I could do is stay in the tent and go to sleep.
The next day, Wednesday morning, sun's out. No more rain, which is great. time for brekkie. Kettle's boiled. The sun's out, so that's going to dry everything. I'm ready for today's bushwalk, so I'm going to do the Settlers Trail, which is about 9 kilometres. It starts here at Brayshaw's hut, which was built in 1903, and this is about 3 kilometres drive south of the campsite where I stayed last night. So they reckon it'll take about 5 hours to do. It's a shorter trail, but I'm doing the longer trail, which is 9 kilometres. There's lots of homesteads and sceneries to see. So farmers years ago used to live here. It was a hard life on the land, pretty isolated, but it's be an interesting and historic trail to follow. So as usual, make sure you've got sunscreen, sun hat, sunglasses, which I put on in a second, and make sure you've got safety gear like first aid kit, plenty of food and water. Gaiters are a great idea, and good walking boots, just to be extra safe and make sure someone knows where you are. It's a really good idea. They've got booklets about the track with information and a map. Great idea. So, Namadgi National Park, they've done a great job here and got information panels here as well. They've got a pit toilet at Brayshaw's hut, which is a great idea too. So even if the weather's fine, make sure you've got a raincoat and other warm clothing with you, just in case. So they recommend to do the trail anti-clockwise. So I'm going to start here at Brayshaw's Homestead and go around here. You can cut across here for a shorter loop if you want to. This is Brayshaw's Homestead. I'm not sure if you can go in. They said note the small windows because glass was quite expensive back then. Got to pull the string. That's a cool little cottage here. It's a string operated lever here. That's a 2-bedroom cottage. So this has been restored. So I've done a good job. Just filled out the logbook in Brayshaw's hut. Always leave the door closed when you leave the hut. So the track's quite easy to follow. You just follow the path that's been cut with the lawnmower. So it makes it stand out a lot better. Beautiful day today. All that rain from yesterday is gone, which is fantastic. Beautiful blue skies. Cool arrow markers on the fence posts here to show you where to go. So in the old days, they would ring bark a tree, cut a section out with an axe, and that killed the tree so they could have more land for grazing. Just a beautiful landscape here. Haven't met any walkers yet. It is school holidays, I thought there'd be a few kids walking. So if you want to do the shorter 6k loop, you turn left here, but I'm going to do the full 9k loop, of course. So it's a nice sunny day. If the weather was really bad, I would have taken the shorter route, but you know, you've got to expect ecopenny's capable of taking the longer route, so I'll do the longer route. But it's good to have that option there, 6k shorter loop or a 9k longer loop. So those wooden structures there are the sheep dip yards, built in about 1947. Just the remains of them. So this 9k full loop, the navigation is a bit harder, the track's not as clear, but just remember to keep that creek to the left, keep heading towards that mountain in front, but a bit more overgrown here. So it looks like not many people do this extra section. Water flowing in the creek here, quite beautiful. So this last section's been a bit hard to follow. I've been on and off the trail, possibly following animal tracks. So I've got the creek still to my left, and I've got a hut just up here. Hoping that's Dwyer's hut, because that's supposed to be on my left, and I'm supposed to cross the creek somewhere near the hut. So I'll just keep navigating, keeping that creek to the left and those dense gum trees to the right, just going in the middle. So the gaiters and boots are really handy here. Some bits have been sloshy, so much better footwear than just normal joggers or whatever. So there is a grate here to walk along, so it looks like this is where you cross the creek. Just hope it's not too deep. Might just have to cross it quickly. Oh, I got some water in the boots, I can feel it. I wish this little bridge was a bit higher. Gonna have to dry these back at camp. Got a whole hut. I've missed Dwyer's hut. It's somewhere to my left. I'm not going to go back to find it. This was built in about 1939. Most of these huts are made out of corrugated iron and timber. Got a water tank here. It's got a bit of water. So you'd have to treat this water or boil it if you're going to use it. This is just one room, one bed. Fireplace, pretty basic. I finished morning tea. Just going to check out the waterhole yards, a little side trip, then I'll continue along the trail. So this is the remains of the waterhole stockyard. So they used actual bush timber from trees to make fences. So it's a remains of the fences here. So this is the waterhole fire trail extending ahead, but turning back here and continuing on the loop. Just hope the sun starts to dry these wet boots, and then I'll put the campfire on this afternoon to help dry them as well. An ecopenny with wet soggy boots isn't a happy, not a happy ecopenny. Great, just what I need, another creek crossing. There's some stepping stones there. Oh, I'll just have to do my best. I hope you people at home are enjoying having dry, warm feet and shoes. A lot of water, because there's been a lot of rain the past summer, and had a lot of rain yesterday afternoon as well, and evening. Let's go! Trying to stay on the rocks. Oh, it wasn't too bad. Made it! Hopefully I've left the last of the swamplands. Track goes up now. Just coming up to Westerman's Homestead. I'll have another look and a quick break there. So the Westerman's hut's got a drop toilet as well. It's Westerman's hut. It was built in 1916. It's got the red barge boards on the outside, so a little bit more upmarket. So I've got a horseshoe on the door for good luck. Bit stiff. Got one room here, the fireplace. Another bedroom here, so you can see how the wall has been constructed. Quite a bit more upmarket. Main room here, fireplace, dining room table. Another room here. A bit more upmarket with actual doorknobs. Make sure it's closed. Done 8.6 kilometres, so I'm almost at the end. So at Westerman's hut, going to make a left turn, head further on the trail. The waterhole track continues on, but I'm going to go left, follow this fence post sign. Oh, I'm really impressed here. There's a nice little bridge built. I wish there was another one like that where I got my boots wet. But anyway. Oh, beautiful. Bridge, a bridge, a bridge. Ah, nice dry boots. Well, they're wet, but they're not wetter. There's quite a lot of water here. Oh, done 10.5 kilometres, a bit longer than the 9 kilometres specified, but I've probably gone off track for a bit and done a longer loop. Back at Brayshaw's hut. Ready for lunch. So I'm on my way to Yankee Hill. This is Hospital Hill Lookout, it's on the way, so I thought just quickly stop here and have a quick look. Beautiful view, beautiful day. Unfortunately, it's the end of the road for Yankee Hat. There's a ford here. It's just too deep. The water's actually gushing over here. If it was all 15 centimetres deep like this bit, I would do it in the Subaru Forester, but it's just too deep and dangerous in that middle bit. I can't even walk across there. It is quite deep even here. I'll have a quick look to see if I can walk across. If not, I'll have to give this a miss and do the trig instead. It's just too dangerous to cross. What happens if it's too deep, the car actually floats. With the water flowing that fast, it'll just be shoved down there upside down, or who knows what can happen. Do you guys want me to give up? You want me to go on, don't you? So I'm going to park the car. I found a bit where I can cross here, sort of jump across. Someone's made a track through here. And then I'll just walk the rest of the way. Just here, just got to make sure it's not too soggy. 1, 2, 3, go! Ah. Whew, made it. Let's keep going. The other side of the ford there. Oh, great, there's another one here. Yeah, it's about half a metre here. Too dangerous to drive through as well. Try and find a walk around. Yeah, so I did drive through the first one. You'd be stopped at this one anyway, so not worth it. Look at that mountain up there. Fantastic. So I just got a bit of phone reception for the first time. I looked up the map, so I'm travelling south down the old Baboyan Road. Got another less than a kilometre to go, and then the start of the Yankee Hat Trail, which goes for about 1 or 2 k's. It's fairly short, so I better get moving. I know where I am now. So I made it to the car park at Yankee Hat. There's another toilet here. There is a lock gate, so it is a dead end. I'd have to ask that forest owner, did they make it through the water today? Maybe I could have come through. Oh no, they're out of them. It's just 2.5 hours, I'll try and do it quicker. So I drove down the old Baboyan Road. So about here, I was stuck here, walked this bit, so the trail's just a little bit up here, then back again. It's a nice, easy to follow track with signposts, so shouldn't get lost. So I might ask these people up ahead, if someone owns a forest, did it make it through the water? It's the end of the road here. Looks like a bridge used to be here, but I can't go any further because of the water. So I'll have a look around and I'll head back. be something up that hill there. I'll have a look there. So these other people walked 8 kilometres up that hill and still couldn't find anything because the site's closed now. So that family had the Land Cruiser, the bigger 4-wheel drive, made it through those water flooded fords. But it's a nice little outcrop of rocks to look at anyway. I'll head back in a minute. So I made it to this area with beautiful rocks. I think that will do me. I'll head back. I still got to walk, pretty long walk back to the car. Still a worthwhile place to walk to. Beautiful views. Still got to try and set the fire back at camp to dry these boots. The sun's drying them a little bit, but they're still damp. Ecopenny hates wet boots, hates it. Beautiful gum tree there. Looks like a snow gum with the colours on it. Didn't notice it said the rock art site is not open. So I didn't notice that. So I just got to the creek here and saw the rock. So you have to cross the creek when they rebuild the bridge and go further. But I'm happy with that short little walk. Better get back now to the campground. Other family walked beyond this lock gate, but it doesn't go to the Aboriginal rock painting site. So you can go further south walking, but yeah, it doesn't really go anywhere. Got my fire going now. I don't know if the boots are going to dry. I'll give it a go. Bit better than last night where it was pelting rain. Not a cloud in the sky. So tonight's menu, going to have curry and couscous. Already boiled some water and put the couscous in there. I'll have a chai latte to go with it. So there's a bit of a sunset colour in the clouds. That's Mount Clear, or the campground's named after. So this is east, so you're getting a bit of a reflection. Can't really see to the west. Too many trees. There you have it. Put some light on it. Tonight's camping dinner. Doesn't look very appetising, but it actually does taste better than it looks. It's pretty chilly tonight, but there's a clear sky of no moon, so I'm going to take some photos of the night sky. It's just fabulous. It's hard to get a good view like this unless you're out in the middle of nowhere camping. Good morning, it's a Thursday. I've had breakfast. I've left the Mount Clear campground on my way to the visitor centre for the Namadgi National Park. Have a look around there, and I'm going to check out Corrin Dam and Corrin Forest, which is a little mini ski resort with man-made snow. So it's a bit of a driving adventure today, and I'll see what else I can find out. Just stopped at a little bit of a lookout here. So the road's quite windy. Going north it does change to bitumen, which is a bit easier. If you can make it to the visitor centre, they've got a really good Canberra bushwalking club photo display. Over a 60-year history. I'm behind the Namadgi National Park Visitor Centre. So this is the start of the 650 kilometre Australian Alps walk that goes all the way down to Victoria. I'm just going to do the first little bit of it, which is just like a visitor centre short 1 kilometre walk while I'm here. Nice sunny day. So you've got Mount Tennant in the background here. Just an awesome day. There's a nice information little pavilion here. The Australian Alps Trail goes across this road for 650 kilometres, but I won't be doing that today. Another information centre here. Lots of information panels, quite interesting. So Namadgi National Park's quite big. I'm camped at Mount Clear somewhere down here. I've driven all the way up to the visitor centre here. Corrin Dam and Corrin Forest are over here. So this shelter is built out of the remains of a gudgeon bee homestead. It was built here in 1845. Had people living until 1964. So they've just modified it and added to it a bit. Really good idea, showing the history. I'm on the Tinbinbula Road, just a quick scenic lookout. So I've got the time, I'll stop and have a look. Beautiful day today. Thursday night fire is going really well. There's a few clouds, so not as clear as last night, but weather's still fine. So I've got a chickpea curry this time. Slightly different to yesterday. I hope it looks more appetising. Yesterday's is actually quite nice, and couscous as well, because it's easy. Can have rice, but couscous is you just add hot water and leave it for a few minutes. With a chai latte, of course. So that's a chickpea and couscous curry. Looks more appetising than last night's, but last night's was still nice. Chai latte, of course. This is my last day in Namadgi. It's a Friday morning. I'm at the Yerrabi Track. It's about a 4k return short walk. So it's going to go up to the top and try and find the baboon trig. I'll get some good views, hopefully, if this mist clears. So quick morning's walk before I return back to Cooma. The forest is a little bit worse for wear, covered in filth from all this dirt driving. So this car park fits about probably 5 cars here. This is about 8k's from my Mount Clear campground, 8k drive. A bit chilly, about 3 degrees this morning, hence the gloves, but no frost, so not freezing. So if you do see a log across a side trail, it means that's blocked, don't go there. Continue along the normal trail. Good thing to look out for. So it's quite a good path at the moment, easy to see. Easy going. This will get me warmed up anyway. So these trees here are juvenile gum trees. They've got sort of bigger leaves. There's been a bushfire here in 2019 roughly. So that's why there's a lot of new regrowth. So these will change as they get older to the long, thin, typical gum tree leaves. It's just quite interesting. Difference in foliage between juvenile and adult trees. So the more adult ones have these longer leaves. Whereas the younger ones have sort of rounder leaves. So there is at least one creek crossing. Hopefully this is it. So my boots have just dried from the Wednesday, getting wet. So got a beautiful stepping stone crossing here. I like this a lot, so I'm not going to get wet feet. Beautiful. So this is how the creek crossing should have been on the Wednesday, but we had water overflowing the bridge. This is beautiful. The water's below the bridge. Hooray! I'm so happy. So this must be the main creek. Still got quite a bit of water flowing in it. So thanks to the national parks and ACT for putting this infrastructure in. So that's where I parked. So I've walked just over the little dry creek, which is quite wet at the moment. And I've got to go uphill now, up to this Boya Trig, which is 1459 metres above sea level. I've hit the 1 kilometre mark now. It's definitely getting steeper, heart rate's up, I'm getting warmer. Yeah, got more of this sort of fern type foliage plants. Getting above the tree line now, so not many gum trees. Almost there. Made it to the Boya Trig. So these are used before GPS for survey marking. Surveyors can work out what peak is what and triangulate different positions. Oh. Made it to the tall viewpoint. Beautiful. Fabulous view. It's not quite the end of the road. The track goes down a little bit more to another viewing platform. Got to check that out too while I'm here. Just up there a second ago. The track continues down a little bit more. It opens out to another viewing area. Oh, fantastic. So that's Yankee Hat, just there in front. That's where I couldn't quite get to see the Aboriginal paintings. Yankee Hat lower peak is that other bump, just there. So it's beautiful here, but when you're on rocky areas like this, just be very careful, watch your footing. Make sure there's no slippery areas, stay well away from the edge.